Peace and welcome to this September spiritual forecast reading for all of the water signs. That's Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. We are going to jump into what you all can expect, whether you are a sun, moon, or rising water sign. We're going to tap into what you can expect or what you can look forward to, or the energies that you need to be tapping in with throughout the month of September. First, we're going to start with an overall theme and overall energy for you water signs. The first card that has come out for you all is balance. Balance. Yes, water signs, you are going to have to figure out how can you come into an internal state of harmony? How can your internal world and your external world get in alignment, be harmonized, be balanced? How can you tap into that inner my art, and how can you do so without judgment? That is going to be your energy or the overall theme for the month of September for the water signs. Let's see if another card comes out. We're using this Soul's Journey deck, which to me is just so good when it comes down to analyzing the overall theme. I'm feeling this card. Okay. Pride. Pride. So for you, the water signs, this September, you're going to have to be able to find balance between your pride and your humility. All right. You're going to have to harmonize essentially the ego and the higher divine self. All right. That's your overall themes. So throughout the month of September, you really need to focus on how can you love yourself, be authentic, and be true to yourself, while also understanding that the people who are around you are simply reflections of you. The situations and circumstances you find yourself in, they are a reflection of you. You are not better than or worse than anybody in this reality, because everybody is just showing you an aspect of yourself. Okay. So you're going to have to create balance within that. So throughout the month of September, water signs, water being the greatest reflection, right? This is why you can you see like those movies and stuff like this. This has never really happened to me in real life, but I've seen this in movies to where they go to the ocean or the lake or whatever, and it's nighttime and there's a full moon, and they look down at the water, and their reflection is in the water. That's what's happening to you. That's what's happening to you during this month of September. Spirit is asking you to really reflect, really allow yourself to receive the insight and the downloads and the wisdom that is going to come from the people around you and the situations and circumstances that you find yourself in. Water signs, that's Pisces, that's Cancer, that's Scorpio. And we also just had these readings be so funny. Look, the card that came out of this spiritual awakening deck is the law of harmony. What did I just say at the very beginning of this? Like, your energy. Okay, we got some more stuff flying all out. I love that, because that spirit be like, let it be known. Oh, it's a lot. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on right now for the water signs for the month of September. We're going to dive into all of it. But first and foremost, just the overall theme is balance, harmony, and allowing yourself to love yourself and to be in tune with yourself authentically, but to understand that everybody is just a reflection of you. So don't be too prideful. Don't be too boastful. Don't be too big-headed. I know we just came out of Libra season, which is a fiery energy where we are meant to shine, where we are meant to Leo season, where we're meant to shine and we're meant to kind of show off our great mane like a lion does. But family, water signs, you need harmony. You need balance. You need that reflection. You need that. First of all, let me say it this way. The card that just came out for you is the law of allowing. Law of allowing. And so major important thing for you water signs during the month of September is allow people to be who they are. Allow people to be who they are. As water signs, you all are very healing. I have a Pisces moon. So naturally, we are healers. We're very intuitive. We're very nurturing. We're very caring. We're very deep. And we want to water people with our love and with our understanding, with that intuition, and with just this spiritual knowing that we have. But sometimes our desire for people to be better can be overwhelming and can be too much. So Spirit is saying during the month of September, stop trying to fix, right? Stop trying to fix, change, or control anyone. Allow people to be who they are, right? Think about it like this. Let's say you're in a relationship and somebody that you are dating or somebody that you're friends with, they're picky about certain things, right? They like to nitpick certain things and say certain things, and they just have their way of doing things. Well, during this month of September, try not to take offense to them being who they are, right? During this month of September, just accept that that's who they are and that's what they're doing. And it does not have to have a heavy burden on you. Understand that they are just reflecting something to you. And in order for you to create and align with this law of harmony, in order for you to create and align with this law of harmony, it is so very important, water signs, that you allow. It is so very important that you look at the reflection that another person is actually giving you. This month, we're not fixing anybody, right? We're not fixing anybody. In fact, in the last video that I did about how to grow during chaos, in that last video, one of the downloads that Spirit had gave me was, it is so important that whenever we are experiencing like a whirlwind of emotions, water, whenever we are feeling overwhelmed with life, don't try to fix it. Just spend a moment in stillness, water signs. Spend a moment in reflection, self-reflection, and then, of course, reflecting on the situations that are taking place around you. Just spend a moment asking for Spirit to give you the right perception. Asking Spirit to give you the right perception. When you jump into fixing mode, changing mode, controlling mode, when you jump into that energy where you're just trying to go, 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 your perception is skewed. And you end up addressing things that are not the root, right? You end up fixing or dealing with or covering up the symptoms of whatever it is that you may be dealing with and whoever it is that you may be dealing with. And you don't deal with things at the root. So this month of September for you water signs, it is very important that you create stillness, that you balance out those scales. Because when the scales are balanced, this is harmony. Now, balance doesn't mean that everything is exact, right? Here's what I mean by that. Balance is not every day I spend 2 hours of work for my business. I spend 2 hours talking to my husband. I spend 2 hours with my kids. I spend 2 hours exercising. That's not what balance really is. What balance is talking about, especially for you water signs right now, is dedicating the time, energy, and effort that is required to a certain thing that is going to bring you peace, right? So in terms of like exercise, you probably will only be able to exercise 15, 20, 30 minutes because you got to put another hour, 2 hours into business, right? Maybe when it comes down to cooking dinner, in order to create balance, maybe you know and understand, okay, I'm cooking Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday and Thursday, we eat leftovers or we eat out. You're creating balance, right? Balance doesn't mean that everything is exactly the same. Balance is really speaking to what brings you peace, what brings you harmony, what allows you to flow like that divine water that you are, what allows you to have that ebb, that flow, what allows you to align with that internal harmony, with that internal peace, what allows you to be in a state of oneness with yourself and with the people around you. So you want to spend enough time in stillness this month, water signs. You need to be meditating. You can meditate and visualize yourself sitting at water. You can take your spiritual baths, of course, as water signs, but you want to do something throughout this month that is strictly focused on creating stillness and calming down the tides of your own emotions. Okay? Because as water signs, you already know, you got very heavy emotions, very strong emotions, right? Where this ocean waves can be coming in heavy, they can be coming in hard, they can be very drowning and overwhelming. Spirit is asking you this month for balance and harmony. So that means you need stillness. You need to allow the waters of your emotion to calm down, to rest, to be at peace. And one of the ways that you're going to do that, family, is by allowing, right? Not trying to fix, change, or control. Just allowing yourself to be present with how you feel, allowing yourself to be present with where you are, allowing yourself to be present with the people around you. Another way that you're going to accomplish that balance, that harmony, and that stillness is through the law of perception. So you have to ask yourself, am I seeing this situation or circumstance from the right perspective? Now, the right perspective does not mean right or wrong, morality, good or bad. The right perspective is the perspective that is in alignment with your higher divine self, is the perspective that is in alignment with your deepest desires, is the perspective that is in alignment with the guidance, the wisdom, and the insight that you've learned from your past, that you've been able to take away from those old traumatic experiences. The right perspective is the thought process that is seeing yourself as a winner, that is seeing yourself as thriving, that is seeing yourself as successful. That's the right perspective. So you have to allow yourself, water signs, to be still enough to be able to see things clearly. Okay. If you are moving around, trying to fix, trying to control, trying to do all of those things throughout the month of September, the water looks murky. The water is murky. The tides are coming in very strong and very fast. It's like you're at the beach and they got that warning sign out there, like, don't get in that water because there's some type of pool happening and you don't want that Mother Ocean or Yimiya to suck you up in that water, right? And you don't know how to recover. So this month of September, Spirit is like, get out of your own way. Get out of the pride. Get out of thinking that everything a person does is about you. It's not about you. Don't take it personal. The 4 agreements throughout this month of September. In fact, throughout the month of September, be very disciplined in trying to see yourself in other people. Because if you can see yourself in other people, water signs, being that you are a reflector, a mirror, if you can see yourself in other people, then this would allow you to let go of the judgment, the criticism, and the harshness, right? And those strong emotions that you have towards others, those strong emotions that you have towards yourself. Allow yourself to experience grace, peace, and mercy. Be compassionate with you the same way you may be compassionate to some random person that you don't even know, okay? So this is a time for the right perception. Another card that came out for the water signs for the month of September is divine will. Divine will. So what that means is, water signs, is what are you focusing on? What are you focusing on? Stop waiting for some miraculous sign to happen for you to start acting on the things that you desire. In fact, the things that your higher divine self already knows what it is that you want, water signs. It already knows. You have to go for it. You have to develop the strength and the willpower, balance out your internal fire, which is will, balance out your internal fire and move forward. Some of you all, water signs, you're waiting for the right emotion. You're like, I have to feel like doing it in order for me to do it. And Spirit is like, no. In order for you to move forward, you have to have a deep enough desire for that thing. Just because you have the desire doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be motivated to act on it. Spirit is like, stop waiting for motivation to move on the things that you know you're meant to do. Stop waiting for the universe to send you a sign and you start sending the sign to the universe. Your action is proof to the universe of what it is that you want, water signs. When you say, okay, this is a desire that I have, this is something that is in my heart, and you move on it, that is you sending a sign to the universe, and then the universe is going to correspond with you. The universe is going to give you what you are putting out. So Spirit is like, stop waiting for a sign. The universe is responding to your beliefs. So and this is why stillness is so important. You need stillness throughout this month of September, because the more still you become, the more clarity you get. The more still a water is, the more still the lake, the ocean, the river is, the more still it is, the clearer the reflection. the easier it is for you to see what's in the depths of the ocean. If there's not a lot of waves, you can see the beautiful fish. If there's a lot of waves, you can't see shit. So Spirit is asking you to get still so that you can see the depth of your belief, so that you can see what it is that you actually desire, what it is you actually need, where Spirit is trying to take you. And when you have that clarity, because your water is still and you're not all up and down in emotions, when you have that clarity, you act on it. And then as you act on it, the universe is going to say, I see you doing this work. Here is your reward. Here is the proof. Here is the validation that the work that you're doing is actually creating something and manifesting in your life. The last card from the Spiritual Awakening deck, and then we're going to tap into another deck just to validate and add more value to this reading, is the law of relativity. The law of relativity. So what this is saying is that you are exactly who you're meant to be, and everything that you've experienced up until this point in your life is in alignment with where you have to go. Okay? Everything is relative. Everything is supporting. Everything is uplifting. Everything is in alignment. That goes back to the law of perception. Can you see it that way, though? Can you see that everything in your life is a divine and sacred truth, even if you did not like what that truth was? Going back to stillness, you need to get still enough to be able to reflect on how everything is actually relative to the desires that you have, right? How do these things relate? How do they connect? How do they correspond? How are they supporting me? How are they uplifting me? You have to do that work. Uh-oh, I dropped the card. You have to do that work in order to be able to really feel, oh, wow. You have to do that work in order to really feel that alignment and that power, right? You have to shapeshift your mind to realize, okay, this is actually working out for me. This is actually serving me. This is actually in alignment. You got the card of transformation from the Psychic Tarot. She has on a green shirt, which is why you can't see it. It's fading into the background. That's okay. I want you to understand that you focusing on being still, like your word for the month of September, water signs, needs to be peace, be still. Peace, be still. That needs to be your affirmation. Or you need to tell yourself, I am calm like the still waters. Oh God, that is an affirmation for you. I am calm like a still water, right? Okay. In that essence, you're going to be changing, you're going to be transforming, you are going to be evolving and growing in the best, most beautiful, magnificent way, water signs. If you would just allow yourself to be still enough, if you would just allow yourself to become present enough, if you would just surrender, at the end of this month of September, you're going to just be like, wow, I've come a long way. And the reason why you're going to come so far is because you've allowed yourself to just be one with you. You stop judging, fixing, changing, controlling, and you just allowed, you surrendered. You found balance within your life, right? You found what works for you. You found your flow. You found the moments where you need to rest and the moments where you need to take action. And then not only that, you've tapped into your divine will. You figured out what it is that you truly want because you've been quiet enough and you've started taking action on it. You're not waiting on anything or anyone to come and say, yes, go forward, you can do it. You are deciding to take that step, and you're trusting that the universe is going to correspond and send you a synchronistic confirmation that says, yes, you're on the right path. So your focus this month, water signs, is balance, allowing, stillness, and then acting on those things that you deeply desire. Remember that everybody is a reflection of you. Listen, if you like this reading, join me on Patreon. I do a reading on Patreon every Monday, just like this. I love it. I adore it. And I'm thankful. Let me know in the comments how this resonates with y'all and if you're looking forward to this month of September. Peace, family.